I turned on like a minute slow mode and it's still not enough.
Oh my
Be
god.
prepared, dude. Just
Oh, my Discord's acting up. This is so annoying.
Is it acting
Discord's
up?
There we
holding up
go.
a lot better than the other day.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay,
good.
so I guess we can just start right off with the questions, I guess. So
Yeah.
our first question comes from the wonderful user LaCroix Lover 7. They
LaCroix
ask,
lover.
"Do you like LaCroix?"
I love LaCroix. My favorite is pink, the pink one. But I don't know what actual flavor it is. What is it? Is it
I have no idea what it is.
grapefruit? Maybe it's grapefruit or raspberry or something. I don't know. LaCroix lover should know. I don't know. Maybe LaCroix lover can say in the chat. Because they are LaCroix lover, they must have it all down. And apparently is there a new one called limoncello?
I've had it. It's delicious.
Pamplemousse. That's the one. Yeah.
Is it? Oh no, maybe I just a bad LaCroix lover. Down in Texas, we don't get very many. We don't get the restocks very fast.
What? That's not fair.
I mean, where
Justice.
I am. I'm down in the
Justice for
country.
Texas. Where in Texas?
I'm north of Austin. Yes.
North of Austin. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like outside of Georgetown, Liberty Hill area.
Okay, I remember I remember hearing of Georgetown from when I used to live there.
You live actually where a bunch of my cousins live, or down in College Station, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, really? You got cousins there?
Yeah, a bunch.
A bunch of people for the chat are saying big up College Station. That's great. Apparently they get LaCroix in College Station. I also didn't realize it was called LaCroix. I used to call it LaCroix.
Okay, who has the next question?
I got the next one. So, Diana asked, how do you use the abstract ideas that are like over on the open source website to fuel into your creative process, both lyrically and instrumentally?
Oh, did you look at like the to-do list and stuff? I'm guessing that's what they're talking about. Because there's some pretty weird ideas. I don't know. I just wake up in the middle of the night and I type stuff into my phone while I'm like half asleep. And then I look at it in the morning and sometimes it gives me an idea for a song or something. Sometimes it's just like a little bit of like lyric or something. I don't know. And you can spin it out into a piece of music.
I do the same thing. It's honestly weird, except mine definitely aren't music ideas. They're like really strange.
Yes, I mean, like you've probably might have seen mine. They're super. Some of them are really, really strange.
Yeah.
And could never be turned into a song, or much less anything other than just a really silly sentence.
Deborah, are you good?
Okay.
Are you in the?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah. So next question comes from the user Emma. She asks if you have any particular sayings that you use, that you live by, like a type of motto.
That's quite a good question. I think like the rest of the band boys would say I definitely have like catchphrases that I always forget. I can never think of them when I'm put on the spot. What do I've been more than not really a life motto. But I don't know why I've been saying it. I've picked it up off my friend. I've been saying super dope a lot lately, and I know it's really cheesy and silly, but my other friend who's a producer always says it. He's like, oh yeah, this is super dope, super dope, super dope. He says it like 5 million times a day, and I've just picked it up like a cold or something, and now I just say it to absolutely everything. And I've noticed myself saying it on like Zoom meetings to everything instead of saying like cool or yes. I just say super dope.
Great answer.
That was about it. Yeah.
Alex.
So I think it's pronounced MacLTZ or something. He says, or she says, how long did it take to get the perfect sniff in Tokyo Drifting?
Oh, that was the one take wonder. That was.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? It was lucky. Normally I do at least 30 takes of things, but I was very lucky this time and just recorded what I thought was a good enough sniff. Also, you know, sometimes you start recording things and you do like multiple takes of things, and it starts to you lose spontaneity and you start to overanalyze it. I've definitely done it when doing like liners for a radio station. You have to be like, "Hey, it's Dave from Glass Animals, and you're listening to KRBX," or something, and then you record like 3 of them, and you start to. It's like when you say the word bowl, and you say bowl, 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 bowl. It starts to sound really weird after a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you start, yeah.
You know,
I don't know.
it
Don't
feels like that.
overthink. Don't overthink when you're recording, basically.
The sniff just seems so perfect. I would assume it would have had taken a couple of turns, a couple of tries.
It was honestly super, super lucky. I think I like pushed record and I just went like, and then I was like, oh, the first one was the best. I just left it.
Oh, I thought it cut off there.
Look at that, he's done it again.
Yeah, we're actually pressing a vinyl version of Tokyo Drifting on like a picture disc that is what was the fruit that we used? Dragon fruit. So it's a picture of a dragon fruit, but it plays Tokyo Drifting. On the back side is just the sniff on repeat. It's like an infinity
That's iconic.
loop.
Yeah, I saw a picture of the back of that and it just said sniff, and I wondered what was going on there.
Oh yeah,
So it's just the sniff.
It's the infinite sniff.
That's great.
Okay, Sat, do you have your question?
I do, as a matter of fact, have an important question for you. This one comes from Salshroom, and it says, "What color is your toothbrush?"
I have 2. This is really, I mean, this is very personal information. I have.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
There was a debate about that.
I have. They're quite. I don't know. They're kind of cheap. This is really weird. I always buy the same toothbrush, the same brand, the same like type of toothbrush.
No, that's not weird. That's perfectly
weird?
normal. No, I do
And
that too.
Okay, it's just like a relatively cheap plastic toothbrush, but I just like this certain type of toothbrush, and I have a red one and a blue one, and one actually stays in next to the bathtub so I can brush my teeth in the bath, and one is in my
That's amazing.
travel bag. But I just keep my travel bag next to my sink anyway because I'm always traveling. So
like, what's the appeal of brushing your teeth in the bath?
I think I don't know. This is gonna sound so weird. I like it's so when you come out of the bath, you feel really refreshed and clean.
That's completely valid.
Yeah, if you get into the
No, it's
bath and
not.
you've forgotten to brush your teeth beforehand,
Spark.
then
Yes, it is.
yeah. Is that
No, I
weird? Does
suppose
anyone
it
else
makes
do that,
sense.
or just me?
I think
I
just
think
you.
it's just you, but
I
I
can't
suppose
say I've
it
ever
makes
done
sense.
that, but that might be something to try out sometime.
I've done it in the shower, never in
Yeah.
the bath.
In the shower?
Okay, wait. There's
shower
a
too.
follow-up
Shower's fine too.
question from the chat. Where do you spit it out when you brush your teeth in the bath? Do you just swim in toothpaste?
I just spit it into the drain bit. Do it at the end. I'm not disgusting.
Oh,
I don't spit it out and then like cook in my own saliva. That's disgusting.
All right.
It's right at the very end.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Does anybody else have that habit? Because Strider says almost everyone I know brushes their teeth in the shower. So does
I
like
brush
Joe
my
do
teeth
that
in the
too?
shower pretty much every day. Yeah.
Okay, Twitch, you got your question?
Hey. Hi. The band we really want to tour with. Ooh. I don't know. I like in terms of just friends. It'd be really fun. We're friends with this band called Chinatown Slalom. They're really, really nice and really fun. It'd be great to tour with them. There's a band called Bad Bad Not Good. They're really nice and sweet, really fun. It'd be really fun to tour with them. There's a band called Heinz that we actually toured with before, and that was like really fun tour. I don't know, like fun people.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, sometimes like I don't know. You don't want to tour with anyone who's really high maintenance. That's bad.
Yeah. Okay, this comes from user Katiej, and she asks, "What's the last book you read?"
Ooh, what is the last book I read? I read Remains of the Day again. Do you remember? Does anyone know that book?
I haven't. I read books very similar to yours, but I feel like every time you throw out a recommendation, it's about 50-50 that I've read it before.
Oh, really? Hold on. I think it's called. Yeah, it's definitely called Remains of the Day. Remains of the Day. It's
Okay.
it's really famous. I reread it recently. It's really sad though. So like, if you're feeling sad, don't read it.
I mean, that's all I read.
Really, it is really
I mean,
sad.
I feel like those are the
like
books that give you the most insight on life, though.
They are. Yeah, it definitely makes you think a lot and kind of think about. I don't know. It makes you think about priorities and how you interact with the people that you care about and love. It's definitely worth reading. I'd say it's one of the best books like ever written. Probably it's in the top 20.
Okay, I have it on my list now. I will get back to you on what I thought. I guess.
No.
Spark, you want to ask the next one?
Yeah. So I'm gonna butcher this name probably, but Vriska Leica asks, "How do you find new music to listen to, and who do you trust for like good recommendations?"
Honestly, the band are kind of about 50-50 whether or not I like it. Actually, much less than that. Ed can like some really weird stuff, and sometimes I totally don't get it. Joe, I'd like one in 3. I'm like, oh, that's actually really wicked. And sometimes like it just boggles me. I'm like, what is that? That's ridiculous. That's the strangest thing I've ever heard in my life. Sometimes it's just like a bagpipe drone or something. Drew just likes really strange stuff. Drew just basically exclusively listens to like obscure classical music made in the 70s. It's pretty niche. Really?
Has he showed you Merzbow yet? Have you heard of Merzbow?
I have. Well, he's said the name before, but that doesn't mean anything. I've never listened to it.
Drew and I will get along then. It's basically this just Japanese noise artist, and there's full albums of it just basically sounding like grinding. It's
really?
To me.
It sounds like Ryoji Akida. Do you know him?
That sounds familiar.
It's like the definitive Japanese modern noise artist. Okay. He's incredible, and he does it all with visuals as well. It's definitely worth looking at, actually.
I will definitely check that out.
Check out Ryoji Akida. He's
noted.
I used to listen to it a lot when I was making the first album, especially.
Fun.
Okay. Well, this is a bit of a throwback question, but Moonbyes asks, can you talk a little bit more about the process of redoing Cocoa Hooves from Leaflings to Zaba?
I've kind of forgotten what changed. Not a whole lot changed. I think I redid the vocal. And then, what else did anything? Oh, cut out. Hold on. Is everyone still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, sorry, my phone did something weird. I think someone tried to call. I'm just going to switch that off. What is different between the two? I haven't listened to Cocoa Hooves in such a long time. In a really, really, really long time. And we haven't even played it live in ages either. Because Joe, I'm going to be honest here, Joe doesn't like playing it live because it's not fun for him.
That's valid.
I mean, I get that.
So we've had to stop playing it live because he just refused to do it. He says it's not unless he can put a drum solo in, he's not going to do it.
But it's such a vibe.
I mean, I quite like playing it live, but if
bring
Joe
it back.
Joe
would you ever play Intrux live? Or does Joe have a disdain for Intrux too?
I think he actually likes that one because it's like loads of drums, but chances are Ed might not like playing it. I think maybe that's the issue with that. Sometimes they're just tracks that like one person is like, not really feeling like playing that one live now. So we don't put it on the set list for a while. But then everyone's saying bring back Cocoa Hooves. and bring back
And
intros.
and continue Take a Slice. That song slaps live.
I really like playing that song live. That's like one of my favorites. But I see why they don't like. You know, Cocoa Hooves is probably a little bit boring for Joe. He just kind of hits the same drum beat the whole time, and it's quite slow. He likes the fast ones, Joe.
Yeah. Okay, Alex.
This one is a bit biased from me because it comes from my girlfriend Emily. She says she's from Oxford and she's quarantined there right now, and she's curious to know what your favourite places to go to there, apart from bookbinders, are.
I mean, bookbinders is the best. I haven't been in Oxford in a really long time. When I go, I just go kind of nearby to visit my mum, and I haven't really been in Oxford for a while. Where's my favourite place to go? I really like. There's a really good place for sledding. It didn't actually snow this year, but when I was a bit younger, I used to sled on Headington Hill. So I definitely recommend going there. And where else is good? Walking down by the canal is kind of cool, but it can be a bit dodgy at night.
Okay.
Who's up next? Is it Sad?
Did it cut out?
Oh yeah, I'm
No.
sorry. That was supposed to be me. So I've actually been watching this chat. I got kind of engaged in that, and actually I'm gonna ask a question that people want to hear from Sload. And Sload says, was there ever a song that was really close to being cut from one of the albums, and if so, which?
Oh my god, yeah. I really didn't want to put Agnes on the album at all. I was really scared.
Oh,
Yeah,
like one of
I
my
know, I was really
favorites.
scared. It's just really sad, and I was really self-conscious about it. I didn't want to I don't know. It was personal.
Yeah, I understand that. It kind of feels like you're like bearing yourself for your whole audience.
Yeah,
But
it was a strange one. I felt I just felt self-conscious putting it out, but everyone convinced me to do it, and I did it. What else?
that's definitely one of my favorites.
I'm trying to think what else almost didn't go on. JDNT was like a really last-minute addition to the album. That was written right at the end. Oh, Hazy was actually even more last minute. I forgot about that. That was written like a few days before we had to hand the album in, and I just like did it at home. Like I thought the album was done, and then it was all mastered and everything and ready to be sent off. And then I did it and sent it to the guys. They're like, it has to go on the album, and then we put it on. So Hazy, that's the closest to anything not making an album.
Okay, so there's actually a follow-up question in the chat where people want to know what JDNT stands for.
Oh my god!
Does it stand for anything in particular?
I'm never telling anybody.
Okay, I guess that's gonna be a secret that dies with you then.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
people are just heartbroken
You
about
get-
that.
It's better as
General
a secret.
description.
It's more interesting
Okay.
as a secret.
No, it's okay. I kind of like the mysterious vibe that comes with it. Plus, you can come up with your own song name.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone should just call it what they want. That's way better.
I have a question from Will. He asks, what would you say to your 20-year-old self?
Whoa. That's deep. What would I say to my career? I'd probably tell myself to pay attention, and also like spend more time with the people you really care about. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I didn't see that I'd be on tour so much, and now I really miss people when I go away. I really miss like friends and family, and when you're younger and you have time for all of that, just bloody do it. Don't do silly things. I did a lot of silly stuff.
Yeah, I get that.
I think I'd say that. I don't know. I think that's what I'd say. And I'd also say it's okay to like do music. It's all right. Because I was really I didn't think like everyone told me it was stupid.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, go on, just do it.
Spark, do you have your question?
Oh, I thought Twitch was coming back, but
Oh, Twitch.
Yeah.
hey, he is
Hi,
back.
I'm back. Yeah. This one question is from WhoAmI, and it's, what is your favorite music festival you've been to?
I've had a lot of fun with a lot of music festivals. I do still think maybe it's because I kind of grew up with it, but Glastonbury is just the one. I really love it. It's got I feel like I've been a few times now, and I still feel like I haven't seen even like a third of it. It's so big, and there's so much going on. Has anyone been?
I haven't. I want
You
to.
haven't?
Though.
No.
UK
It's-
festivals seem whack.
Seem whack.
Whoa.
They sound.
Whack.
I see them and
crazy.
I'm like, I want to go.
They're great. They're really great. They're just. I love American festivals that are a bit more like the British ones. Those tend to be my favorite ones. ACL kind of reminds me a bit of a British festival. Bonnaroo really reminds me of Glastonbury. Sasquatch. Has anyone been to Sasquatch?
Unfortunately, no.
No,
No.
that one kind of reminds me a bit of Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Coachella's fun in its own way, but it's
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely Americanized.
it's quite Americanized. Yeah, there's a lot of people taking the selfies, and that always kind of freaks me out. But Glastonbury, everyone should go if you get a chance. Go to Glastonbury. It is really amazing.
Okay,
Oh, man.
Spark, you got yours now?
Right, yeah, I got mine. So Kate asks, each Glass Animals era had a very distinct visual aesthetic to it. What was the inspiration for Dreamlands? Did the music inform the visuals or vice versa?
The music all came first, and then I sort of, how did it come about? I guess I had this idea of wanting to like use a lot of stuff, a lot of the symbols, because there are a lot of things name checked in the lyrics, a lot of things that I grew up around, or like dreamed about having when I was a kid. Like all the cars I dreamed about having, the camera I dreamed about having, the guitar, the food that I was eating at the time, the TV shows I was watching. It's all kind of name dropped in the music. So I wanted to find a way to basically have all of these things. So I was originally just going to get everything off of eBay, just like find an old TV and find this kind of car that my mum used to drive. You guys haven't seen that. Oh no, yeah, the album covers
And
out
then
now.
you hopped into
It's
like
a little van.
4D instead.
Yeah, I was going to paint it all white basically, and take a photograph of it. But then we realized we could do so much more with like computer generated stuff, especially with just the way technology is going. You know, we can do. I've been working on this thing with a QR code that we can send the QR code out, and then bits of the album cover. Like you scan the QR code, and bits of the album cover pop up in your room and map to your walls.
Ooh, that would be super cool.
I don't know, and then I just started realizing that it doesn't have to be a physical thing, and there's actually so much more you can do if you have it digitally. I don't know, it just kind of has endless opportunities. We're thinking about bringing like a VR thing on tour and having, I don't know, maybe letting
That would be
people
amazing.
in at the beginning, and you can put on the VR headset. Yeah, it'd be wicked.
Yeah.
And you can put on the VR headset and like choose a cover, and then you can like walk around in it. And it's just been really fun, like using the head scans of our heads and the scans of the objects.
I thought the
making
scans were
things that
really unique.
It's really fun, and it's a deep black hole of technology learning about that animation stuff. But it's really interesting, and some people are so good. Like the guy who did the heads rolling down the road and blowing up. Did you see those heads?
Oh yes, I thought those were very cool.
They were.
There's just so much stuff you can do like that.
Yeah,
it's like
that's kind of like what I'm
interactive.
getting into, which is cool.
Are you? Oh, wicked! Yeah, I just thought it was a really interactive way of doing artwork.
Yeah, definitely.
It has so many facets to it.
Okay, Debris?
Okay. meepowlz asks, was there ever a defining moment where you realized that you had made it in the music?
I don't know. I guess the only goal we ever had was to be able to just make another album. That's always been the goal. Like each time we make an album, the goal is to just like survive long enough to make another one. But that's kind of, I feel like when we made the second album, I was like, oh, we've been allowed to make a third one now. That's sort of, maybe we count as like professional musicians now. It's quite weird. I don't know. Like, I don't know if we'll ever make it. What does that mean? I
guess it means something different to everyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I'm just happy making.
That's how you
another
define it.
album. Yeah. As long as we can just keep making some music, I'm really happy, honestly.
Well, it seems like you'll be able to. You're blowing up, super popular, as you can see. Everyone here.
Okay, Alex, do you wanna?
I'm going to sort of combine two questions here because they're very much related. But it's going to be a little bit long, but they're definitely very related.
Sure.
It's CC and Ino, or I know how you pronounce that. I forgot. They both ask, do you know that the unreleased songs Life Lomographic, Drips, Slick Fur, and Aureus are still online?
God.
Why weren't they released, and will they ever be released?
Oh my God! No, they will never be released.
That is tragic.
Doing them?
Where are they? Can you send them to me and I'll get them removed?
No.
No.
I have don't worry.
Oh my God! I actually really like Drips. That was a fun one to make.
You even
I
still
bet-
have like the 5.
The file? No. Well, all of the first album, well, about half of the first album, and all of those tracks were just made on GarageBand on a really, really old computer, and that computer won't turn on anymore. And that version of GarageBand definitely is non-existent. It's like totally defunct now. So I don't think I can dig them up. I think you probably have whoever has them on the internet probably has the only like existing copy of those songs.
Actually, your old Facebook group, I believe, is where people found it. It was your old Facebook page.
Oh, what?
And your
We
old
have an
MySpace.
The
Facebook page?
name, what was it? Oh, your MySpace.
my
That's what it was. What
God,
was it
there's
called?
a MySpace.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
We have
I think
some
that's what
great
people
diggers
called it.
in the server.
That is some hardcore digging around. Where is this MySpace?
What was it? Strange. I'll
that,
figure
sorry?
it out. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, because we have links
What?
somewhere.
You have links?
that have-
All right, send them to me.
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
I'll send them to you.
I think-
Alex. Oh wait, no, it's Stat's turn.
Wait, hold on a sec. I think Life Lomographic is actually a fan favorite from what I see from a lot of people.
What?
They always
Oh,
list
for
that as
sure.
a favorite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Life
Really?
Lomographic and Drips are the two most accessible ones. Those are the two people who find on YouTube.
Oh my God!
So like when they're
that's-
looking
And
for like
also
a
talk
first
about
song, they
Weird.
find
in the
one
Reddit
first.
as well.
It's like such a flash from the past. It's like, I don't know. It feels like I've just run into like a friend from when I was a kid. A really
It's
embarrassing
nostalgic.
friend. Yeah. A friend who's, embarrassing me a lot. I kind of want to go listen to them now, but I like
Sending them to
Drips.
you right now.
Maybe we'll drop that one. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so I actually have a couple of comments to make before I ask my question, but I'll be very brief about it. The chat's
Okay.
going too fast for you to see these, but Muds says that Zaba's album cover art was absolutely freaking amazing and perfect. Now I says, I'm in the hospital right now and your music is really helping my anxiety in here, so thank you so much, Dave. And then Tabs for Miles says, I love you, Dave. And then we've got a... Sorry, what?
I was just whoever's in hospital, please, recover well. That's all. Just take care of yourself. Why are you in the hospital? I hope you get better.
Yeah, I don't see them in the chat anymore, but I'll make sure to tell them
All right, thank
that
you.
you wish them well. And then the question here, they said, thank you so much, Dave.
For what?
The person that's in the hospital said, thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're welcome. Get well
Got
soon.
lots of reactions to that.
All right, so now the question here, this is an interesting username. We've got one from Salty Bitch, and they
Wow,
asked...
that's a sassy name. That's
It
serious.
They ask,
I
what's
wish
your most
I'd got that
memorable
one.
fan
Wavy
encounter?
Davy's rubbish. What was that? Sorry.
What's your most memorable fan encounter?
My most memorable fan encounter. Ooh. Oh, my manager's on the chat. Okay, hold on. I'll answer this and then maybe a couple more. And then she's saying I have more interviews.
Okay.
But what is my most memorable fan encounter? I'm trying to think. There've been so many, especially in the early days when we were like touring in a little van and we'd get to like really hang out after shows. Now I feel like in some of the bigger venues, you're kind of stuck in like a back part of the venue where no one can get to and you can't really see people. What's the best one? We've gotten some amazing gifts. Someone gave me a bar of soap that was infused with LSD.
Oh,
That's interesting.
I didn't use it. I didn't dare use it. That was a bit of a mad encounter.
Okay, I think we have 2 questions left. We have one from Sat and then one from myself.
Yeah, so actually this is a little bit of a personal question. So at the end of Youth, there's like a part in the live performance, I'm not sure which one, but there was a live performance where you did this like really cool synth breakdown. And I thought that was really cool. How come that didn't make it into the end of the actual studio recording?
Oh, what? Can you send it to me?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it really quickly because it's like one of the best things. I like downloaded it and I just listen to that exclusively now.
Oh, what? I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Well, what show was it?
I'll see if I can find it really fast.
I wonder what it was. Did Joe start playing a really funny drum beat? Sometimes he does that. He starts playing like a boom, da boom, da boom, da boom, da, one of those kind of beats, you know.
Here, I can't DM it to you, but I can ping you in the Q&A chat, I think. Actually,
really?
Yeah. Here, it's found it.
Has it
yeah,
come
we
through?
forgot to make you add us before you couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to add you?
So, yeah, you have to.
I've got it. Youth live at 98.7 FM. Let me see. Let me just listen to the end of this. Hold on. Oh my God. I remember this. The whole time. Can you guys still hear me? Sorry.
Yeah.
My phone kind of keeps doing these beeps. Oh, yeah. Is it where I'm playing like a silly guitar solo and Drew's rocking out? Oh yeah, this show was mad. We were on this kind of semi rooftop, but then there was a big building next to us, and we were playing really loud, and some people started dropping eggs on us from above us. It was basically raining eggs over us and the crowd, and luckily we had a little umbrella that was put up over us, but I felt so bad for everybody else because eggs were just falling on everyone's heads. But that was a good one to remember. That radio station always makes us play the craziest shows. We played one on a swimming pool floating around. We had our like guitar amps, but the electricity and the water was like such a bad combination. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't. I think I kind of came up with that little bit after the album was out. It was just too late.
Yeah, I'm just really sad about that because that's like really amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. No, so quite often that happens. We kind of start messing around with the song a little bit after the recording's done, and then they develop, and then Drew comes up with some mad guitar solo, synth solo or something like that, and we it always changes and evolves over the years into something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
I have my last question. This is probably a question I've been trying to ask you for years. Are you aware that there is a theory that the guy from Life itself is a time traveler?
He is a time traveler.
Thank you. Okay, I'm getting my theory confirmed. And then are you
Oh my
the
God.
little boy from Youth, the one with the curly hair? Is that also Chuck? Is it the same person?
I'm not saying anything else. But
Nice try.
have you tried to email?
Yeah.
Chuck?
That's how I came up with it 2 years
Yeah.
ago. I'll send you my theory. You
Okay.
don't have to confirm anything. I'll-
absolutely am not confirming anything. I like the theory.
Oh, I tried to get the actors to speak. Even your actors are so loyal; they wouldn't speak up. I tried so hard.
They're so nice. That was like the funnest thing I've ever done, was making the artwork for that. Just, they were all so sweet. We had such a good time doing it. And then we did that like Tumblr IRL thing in LA, and they all came to that, and that was all, they were just, I don't know, they were so fun and also sweet. We still speak. I still speak to some of them. Little Brock has grown up so big.
Oh, he's cute.
Oh, he's adorable.
He's like a real sort of man-child now. It's it's so strange. But yeah, they're all really nice people. I love doing that photo shoot.
Well,
Alright,
thank you for
could I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay, just one more thing.
Sure.
Everyone in this Discord really loves the band, and we have in this Discord people typing constantly all day. We have not like a minute where people aren't talking, so it just shows how dedicated and how much we all love you and the band. Just to let you know.
We do love you a lot.
Oh, we love
Yeah.
you.
Super grateful.
I never know what to say to these things. I'm so glad people like the music. It makes me feel very warm and fuzzy, and we couldn't do anything without you guys, honestly. You guys the reason we're able to make another album after the previous album. So thank you so much for everything, honestly.
Well, thank you for coming out, Dave. We appreciate it a lot. We've been waiting for this for a while.
Such a pleasure.
This
That was such an organized and technology forward thinking event. I loved it. It was great. I love Discord. But I should leave you guys alone. I won't like log on here and listen in or anything. That's
Oh no, you definitely should.
You're welcome to. You are so welcome.
You're welcome
really?
anytime.
Isn't
Yes,
it just loads of
100%.
people like slagging me off?
It's a
and,
lot of people talking about Muse. First of all.
Muse,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, sometimes it feels like
Yeah.
more like a Muse server.
Oh right, Muse was one of my first concerts actually.
Ooh,
Really?
I bet you Lonnie's flipping out right now.
Really,
Yeah,
I
or
went,
Lonnie's
Muse
the one
fan.
that started it.
where did I see them? I saw them at my friend Alex tickets for his birthday, and he didn't really know who they were. But I was like, Muse, yeah, let's go. And I went, and it was incredible. They put on such a good show. I've seen them like 4 times now. But my first concert was Block Party. I don't know if you guys remember that band.
I have. I've heard of them.
You've heard of them? They have an album called
Never listened
Silent
to 'em.
Alarm. That is like,
Yeah, that's the one I listened to.
oh, it's an incredible album. That was like a life-changing album for me. But I went to see them at Brixton Academy. That was the first show I ever went to.
Well, thank you so much just once again for coming out. Like we said, you are welcome anytime. I'm sure everyone will love
Oh yeah.
chatting. If you want to come back, just let us know if you.
Such a pleasure. Yeah, we can do this again maybe when the album comes out. We can do
Sure.
another.
Great.
That would be
Another chat.
fantastic.
Small album.
Thank
These
you.
questions are way better than any interview questions we've ever had. So it's
Right.
actually a pleasure. Yeah.
Have a nice.
Well,
day.
I hope the rest of your day is great.
Thanks, guys. Get some sleep over there in Australia.
Yes, Spark.
Yes.
Wow.
wow, Spark is from New
Yeah, go to
Zealand.
sleep.
Same thing.
And everyone, take care of yourselves and
You too.
each other.
Stay safe.
and
Stay healthy.
Let's speak soon. Stay
All
healthy.
right, thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Lots of love.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.